everybody, today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on winter in Missouri. Now if you're new here, consider to stop by to ring the bell. So I did a video 1 or 2 months ago called My Thoughts on Autumn in Missouri. And basically in that video I mentioned that autumn is probably my favorite season out of all of them. And I'm currently doing a series where I'm reviewing all the seasons of the year. And today I'm going to be doing winter. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the weather. So I think I've joked about Missouri weather in other videos because it can literally be so warm one day and it can be like 20 degrees the next day. So Missouri winters, it can be good or catastrophic sometimes. So I think I've heard an article recently where Missouri or like the Midwest is gonna have a really active snow season because it's La Nina is happening once again. And I think it's like the third one in a row, which is like really rare. When that usually happens, we usually have a lot of snow. And I know that Buffalo and that area got a lot of snow recently, and they got like 6 feet of snow. But usually, when it's really bad, we usually get like a foot of snow, maybe 2, but that's pretty rare. It is a La Nina again, so it'll probably be the same thing as these past 2 years, to where it's gonna be a lot of snow. Because this past year, we got probably a foot of snow, and you basically can't drive in that, and the buses for school can't either. So it's just kind of weird because, like, I remember, like, before that snowstorm hit this past year, it was like 60 degrees before. So it's just weird. Yeah, I made a video called The Missouri Winter Storm of 2022, and it'll be up there. And it's kind of crazy how much snow we got that year, and I think we got more than the year before that. The main months to where snow really gets heavy is January and February. And the thing is that I hate those months here. I like every time January and February come around, it's just, I hate it because you can't go anywhere because it's mostly snow and stuff. But the thing is, there's also a problem called ice. Ice, you can't go anywhere, basically. And I know that's pretty much the case for everywhere else. The buses for, like, school kind of go in, like, rural areas. So if it's, like, a hill or something, like, they won't make it. So ice is one of the biggest issues also. And when it's ice, like, it's usually pretty bad. And I remember it was the ice storm of 2007, I think. And it was, like, really... like power lines were going down and stuff. That ice storm was really bad, and usually it doesn't get that bad, but usually it's heavy snowfall in these past few years though. But it's just kind of crazy because it can be 60 degrees one day and it could be snowing and ice the next day. So it's kind of hard to get prepared for things like that to when it's warm the previous day. If you go to Missouri in January and February, just if it's snowing, don't even bother because it's just like, it's so miserable, January and February. March can sometimes, that's like a mixed month, sometimes it can be snowy. But one time, actually twice, in my life, it has actually snowed in May. Yes, I'm serious, like actual accumulating snow has happened in May. My school that I went to at the time, they didn't have the law passed to where they were doing virtual yet. So basically school ended on May 30th. And where I live, school starts on August, or now it starts later August and ends in May. But it ended on May 30th one time. So it's just crazy that snow can really get in the way, because what they do, or what they did before, delayed the end of school because snow days had to be made up. And now virtual learning has kind of gotten that out of the way, which I didn't have to do any virtual learning days for snow because I was already graduated by that point. So yeah, so basically, if it's like above like 3 inches, they'll cancel school. So it's just kind of crazy that weather in Missouri is so weird. Like sometimes I do want to move out of here though, but that's just my opinion. So the next thing I want to talk about is Christmas. So I love Christmas. I mean, like, the overall vibe to it is just a completely different feeling compared to other holidays of the year. Where I live, people are like really Christian faith and stuff. So I also say happy holidays to people in case if they don't celebrate like Christianity and stuff, because I want to include everybody. Christmas is just a completely different vibe compared to other like holidays. And I wanted to talk about kind of the Christmas things that we do as a family, because actually in a few days we are setting up our Christmas tree. And we usually set it up the day after Thanksgiving, but we've had a lot of stuff going on, so we've had to wait a little bit. The thing is that when we set up our tree, we have probably 40 years worth of ornaments. Yeah, we still have ornaments to where my mom was a kid. She has ornaments like way back in like the 70s and 80s. So it's just kind of crazy that we still have those. And we still have stuffed animals that we've had for like 16 years. Actually, there's a bear right there, of a bear that tells the story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And that is literally like 16 years old. We have it. That I've had that bear my whole life, and it still works. So we just kind of keep antiques kind of like that because it's a lot of good memories. We have so many ornaments at this point that it can barely fit the tree anymore. So we actually buy like fake trees. My mom actually, when she was a kid, she used to cut down real trees. But we do fake trees or artificial. But yeah, so we have like 40 years worth of ornaments, and that's kind of our tradition. And another thing is that Christmas music is kind of like a different topic that I might want to cover later. But my thoughts on it can be good, like cheerful, or just really annoying. Like All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Can never escape that song ever. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, actually, when I was working in Knee Repeats, my old job, they would play that song every like hour or so, and it's just horrible. Like, it's not that the song is horrible, it's just how much it's been overplayed. But other than that, I really do like a lot of the Christmas music. I prefer older Christmas music, like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, like that era, because I don't really care for modern Christmas music. The only one I really care about is Michael Bublé. I mean, I know that some people don't like his music. Well, I like a decent amount of his stuff. But yeah, so Christmas music, I probably will try to do a different like video on, like the top 10 worst Christmas songs or something, because I have a lot that I hate. I really do like Christmas music, so yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is my parents, a couple of years ago, we do a requirement in our family where we have to buy at least something worth $10 or more for our siblings. And it's actually a pretty legit rule, because when we were really young, like, we didn't really do that at all. We didn't really consider getting gifts for our siblings. We actually have an exchange student this year, so I'm gonna have to buy for 3 people. It's not that I hate buying presents. I like seeing people happy, but it's just, when I've gotten older, like, I still love Christmas, don't get me wrong. When you're an adult like me, it's just more of like, what do I need to get for other people? But I'm still not gonna let that get in the way of me liking Christmas. The thing is, though, is that I think presents have gotten a little bit too mainstream. I feel like people almost rely on presents to have a good Christmas, because like, I've seen some horrible videos. Spoiled kids get like the wrong type of color iPhone or something, and they get mad about it. I do like giving presents to people. It's kind of difficult to know what they want. I am very specific with the Christmas presents that I would ask for, because most of the stuff I buy is on eBay, and because eBay is like with used things. So it's kind of like, I don't know if I can really say much, because they think it's hard for them to get something for me, which kind of makes sense. I kind of agree. Yeah, so presents, I really do like giving presents to people. Just buying and not knowing what they want is kind of a pain in the butt. There's also a tradition that we've done ever since I was like, basically when I was born. We always go to our grandparents' house for Christmas. It's just because my grandparents literally live in like the middle of nowhere. They do have Wi-Fi and stuff, but it's literally a house on top of a hill, and literally middle of nowhere. So we usually go there every year. We have a couple relatives that join us. And actually, I think you guys might have seen in my community post that Jasmine, my dog, is back. She was gone for a couple weeks. This is going to be her first Christmas with us, so it's going to be pretty cool to see that. but we always go to our grandparents' house because it's just a different vibe. Yeah, pretty much every year since I was born, we would do this. It's a completely different feeling, and I love it. As I've gotten older, Christmas is more... When you're a kid, it's more of like getting what you want. I feel like that's kind of changed for me. And I still ask for stuff for Christmas because my mom has a pretty good budget for each person. So she kind of spends a little bit more than we probably need. But I really do like giving presents to people and what I would want to. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's a little bit of a longer video than normal, but I just wanted to talk about winter and Christmas. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.